name is Guido. I am the board chair since November 2020. And let me tell you, first of all, that the last 1 year and a half has been a very peculiar moment to assume the responsibility of our European movement. We are living in an extraordinary, intense historical period, full of emotions and unpredictable situations. 2 years of COVID-19 pandemic, and now a terrible war in the center of Europe, very similar to the 19th century conflicts we used to study in the history book. Astonishing situations, hard to understand, especially because we all know that war leaves serious wonders in people's mental health, just like it is increasingly clear that COVID-19 has not affected only people's lungs and the country's economy, but also the general conditions of people and society's mental health. These storms overwhelmed us like tsunamis and are breaking our society's comfort zone. This might be traumatic, but can also create new opportunities. For instance, the approach to mental health issues is changing, and now we come across more frequently famous people coming out talking about their own psychosocial problem, and more occasions when the media gives attention to mental health topics without stigmatizing and criminalizing people with diverse mental health issues. These are just some of the changes that are going on. Some are affecting the jobs environment, creating evolving opportunities, and also general human relationships are developing in a better awareness about mental health. Nowadays, for instance, also European Clubhouses network is partly developing with new strategies and is getting a better known network. We are not that much of the best kept secret anymore. We are facing great and extraordinary changes, and the world we used to know. The Clubhouse Europe movement is called to face a new age in the mental health environment, with new opportunities and new challenges. The war will be over auspiciously soon, and the COVID pandemic will pass. We have to get prepared to become protagonists and leading actors of this new era, starting from a renewed attention to the real needs of all the European clubhouses, to be able to respond concretely to their requests and to support them effectively. As we are conscious that our mission is to promote the development of and dissemination of the Clubhouse model in Europe. And our moral imperative is to work toward giving every person suffering from mental illness the opportunity to join an accredited Clubhouse community. Nowadays, there are about 80 clubhouses in the European countries, serving more than 7,000 persons every day. Half of those 18 clubhouses are members of Clubhouse Europe, and this is a good stage, as it means that our movement can become stronger and more representative. Our goal for the future can be and should be also to duplicate, triplicate, eventually quintuplicate clubhouses around Europe, because we need to increase the clubhouse presence everywhere, not just in the European Union countries, but also in the eastern part of Europe, including Belarus and Russia, where there are already working great clubhouses. And looking also to the southern part of Europe, where we have already wonderful clubhouses like the ones in Israel and also in Italy, and hopefully soon in Turkey, the door to the Middle East countries. Because the Europe we are looking at is composed of 53 countries following the definition of the WHO, the World Health Organization. To be successful in the Europe 53, our movement needs to act as an official organization, On one hand, wider than a single clubhouse or a coalition, to get access to important European organizations, authorities, conferences, funds, and other relevant opportunities. And on the other hand, we are smaller than a worldwide entity like Clubhouse International, our mother organization that looks after the interests of all of us and of all the clubhouses around the world. I believe that we are moving in time with these changes as the Clubhouse Europe board members turnover in 2020 did demonstrate. Our previous chair, Van der Retzima, retiring from the board in 2020, allowed others to continue his great work, renovating the leadership, the work instruments, and partially the ideas. So did also Pauli Loya, an important board member that made a lot of work, very precious for us. We will never forget their illuminant leadership and their mediation capacities. Vander will take the word just after my speech to say hello to all of you. And now let me present the current board members. Esko Eninen. He is one of the founding fathers of Clubhouse Europe and member of the board from the very beginning. Esko is also chair of the board of the Finnish Clubhouse Coalition, and I friendly say that he is our Socrates, a great thinker and a great philosopher. Then there is Joel Corcoran. We all know him. He is the general director of Clubhouse International and member of the board of Clubhouse Europe from the very beginning. And then there is Emily Adamberry Olivero. She is the executive and founding director of Clubhouse Gibraltar and has been a member of the board of Clubhouse Europe since 2014. And now the new ones. There is Cindy Amersma. She is a Clubhouse member and a member of the board of the Clubhouse de Waterheuvel in Amsterdam. Cindy is also a member of the faculty of Clubhouse International. Then there is Nina Bach. Nina is an active Clubhouse member and a member of the board at the Rige Clubhouse in Norway. She is also vice chair of Clubhouse Europe. Then there is Jonah Bugel. He is an active Clubhouse member and board member of the Klubbset Pelaren in Mariehamn, Finland. He sits in the board as an expert by experience, and he is also a member of the faculty of Clubhouse International. And then there is Petra Nieuwelaert, director of the Clubhouse de Waterheuvel in Amsterdam, and she is our treasurer. She is also chair of the Ambassador Group, and I will tell you later what's the Ambassador Group. This is our board. And then, of course, there is me as board member and chair. As new chair, I am very grateful to all our board members for their volunteering. Thank you for making yourself available to represent our network and by accepting the challenge in a phase which such an unpredictable future full of difficulties and constantly changing is coming. I wish you all the best and let's keep our spirit high. But our propositions are more than this. The Clubhouse Europe movement can play an increasingly important role in contributing to the dialogue and social emancipation to overcome all prejudice toward those suffering from mental health problems. For this reason, we are making an innovative effort to be more present in every European nation by nominating Clubhouse Europe ambassadors. Trained and prepared to promote our mission in their own country, reducing the cultural and language gap by communicating in their native language and by knowing the local cultural costume, so to be recognized by the institutional representatives and by the population as belonging to the community. This is a typical ambassador role, and it's exactly the kind of character the board member and I are willing to develop by involving new volunteers from the European Clubhouse movement. So some of you can join us and become a Clubhouse Europe ambassadors. Those volunteers should be a resource to advocate for Clubhouse Europe and our method in their own country using their mother tongue. Moreover, the ambassadors will collect information about the situation regarding mental health in their own countries to provide interesting news for the Clubhouse Europe social channels. The goal is to get Clubhouse's network stronger and well known in every European country. We are making an innovative effort to be very active and recognizable also on the main social channels. And in the last years, Clubhouse Europe established new important partnerships with strategic entities like Mental Health Europe, like the European Association for Education of Adults, and the World Health Organization, the WHO. Going forward, it is important to consolidate this partnership and keep informing European policymakers and the European bodies and organizations in the field of mental health about the result obtained throughout the Clubhouse methodology and throughout researches on ourselves. In addition, we need to promote our movement in all European countries, helping to consolidate existing clubhouses by sharing information and best practice in our network, involving new clubhouses to be active member in the Clubhouse Europe group, and providing innovative opportunities to get closer partners and to become a stronger network. Clubhouse Europe is an official European association of clubhouses. We represent an important European movement, and the greater the number of members we are, the stronger our voice will be. I would like to end this speech by saying that there are several innovative efforts we are doing that make up the current vision. A renewed attention to real needs of all clubhouses to be able to respond concretely to their requests for support and to involve new members. An improved communication approach for the Clubhouse Europe social media to be more active and present on the networks. A new way to advocate our Clubhouse Europe services in each country and in the European 53 area throughout our ambassador who will do advocacy, share useful information, best practices, and help it to connect all of us. A renewed effort to consolidate our main partnership with the European entities to be more well known and so help European clubhouses to grow and develop. Although these are ambitious goals, our movement has the capacity to realize them. In the ancient Latin language, there is a saying that expresses goodwill for the future, ad maiora. It means toward greater things. Our network, all together, we can work and we can reach these greater things we are aiming for. All of the goals we set, all the visibility we deserve, and to create opportunities for all the ones that don't know about us, but they need Clubhouse like the ones we represent. Thank you so much.